Hello, friends! Welcome to another episode of Double the Dice Plays Tomb of Annihilation. We have made it to lucky number episode 14. Last episode was 13. But we return to our heroes in the aftermath of Lila's encounter with the Night Hag. Yenben recalled that he still had the hunter's mark on the Night Hag, even though his player was not there, but good thing Bob the Krill was on top of that. And he somehow managed to use his hunter's mark while sleeping in order to track the hag through the ethereal plane. Thus, the Dreamstalker Ranger was born, and we still I really want to make that subclass. So he went to sleep and his dream started in a ruined town of stone and wood. Wasting no time, he maintained concentration on Hunter's Mark and was able to track the Night Hag, while somehow remaining undetected. He followed her to a levitating stone heart at the center of Chult, known as the Heart of Ubtao. The Night Hag seemed to be attempting reconnaissance, though for what reason seemed unclear. The Hunter's Mark only lasted an hour, though, so that was all the information that Yenben was able to discover. In the morning, Lila's maximum hit points were reduced because of what the Night Hag did to her. The party set out and finally made it to Port Castigliar, only to discover that it was the ruined city that Yenben saw in his dream. In the distance, our heroes noticed some Flaming Fist mercenaries rowing their way to shore. For rule disclosed that the Flaming Fist would require the party to display a charter of exploration to avoid a hassle with them. A charter of exploration that they did not get from Fort Beluarian before they went venturing into the jungle. They decided to quickly take what they can and leave, but couldn't quite get away without being noticed by the Flaming Fist. Specifically, John got noticed by the Flaming Fist. Now we rejoin them at this moment of discovery. John, you hear a heavily armored man call out to you saying, "Hello, young man, a word."
Hello, hello. Oh, geez. Oh, you're a lot quicker getting up on the beach than I expected. How's it going?
They're still probably 60 or so feet from you and just walking towards you. The rest of his entourage is still sort of locking down the boats and getting ready, but you're sure that they'll be following suit after him pretty quickly. He says, "What brings you here, good fellow?"
Well, I'm actually just passing through. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, okay?
And then and Jay, I saw you raise your hand.
I want to quickly ask, how is the solidity of the ground around some of these ruined buildings? Would I be able to knock over a part of a wall with my dirt spell to kind of make a ruckus?
I would say that is definitely possible. A lot of this stone is not. A lot of these buildings are pretty wrecked to begin with, but you also have to be careful because none of these structures are complete structures. The most complete of these structures might have the corner of a roof.
Yeah, I just want to
huge dips in the wall.
Some piece of the structure over.
Of which structure?
I think maybe the one that I'm in.
Okay.
So I object. As the other person in that building, I object.
You see me go to start moving, don't you just grab my wrist? No.
So I'll say because of Yenben's action, it might take you a little bit longer to do that. We're going to see what Bob the Krill's going to do first.
Okay.
And
I
then
just want to tell you what I was doing in the background while that was all happening.
Yeah. There's I feel like there's a silent conversation happening between Yenben in the meantime, between you and Yenben. So
less silent, more the fuck you doing?
Little of the building. Just
a little of the building.
What does your character do?
Yes. If you just bear with me, fellas. Do you have a minute? And I'll go and get my other party members. There's about 20 of us, and we'll all come down and we can all talk this out. Is that
right.
okay? Maybe we can welcome you and we can all have a big fire and a feast together. Let me run and grab them. Give me a second. Stay there.
No,
And then I'm gonna.
just wait a moment. No,
Yes.
no need to rush off like that.
Oh no, I'll be
Please.
only a minute. Trust
so
me.
do you
Here.
do you keep talking to him, or do you want to just make a stealth check and try to sneak away?
I think I'm gonna slowly back away to a
You've
point
got
where
some
he
time.
can't see me.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and make a stealth check to see if you can find a spot in there. Are you trying to stay in the building, or are you just trying to find a spot where you can't see you and then book it?
I'm gonna leave the building when I start. I think I left the building when I would have been noticed. I think so. I'll put myself outside the building. And I'm just gonna back up slowly as I'm talking and saying this, and hopefully get around the corner of the building, and then I'll try and stealth.
So go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay. Oh shoot, that's a 5.
Oh, buddy.
Oh!
And in your sort of, I think part of it is, I'll just have you roll deception, just to see what exactly goes wrong about this.
Oh, it's gonna go horribly wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, another 5.
So yeah, it's your attempt to sneak away makes him suspicious of you. He realizes what you're trying to do, and you do it badly, and so you see him pick up his pace. He was maybe 60 feet away from you, but now he's essentially taking the dash action to try to catch up to you as quickly as possible. Go ahead and use your full movement on the map.
Okay, sounds good.
So no dash action, but use your full 30 feet, whatever it is.
I think that's 30. I'm just gonna measure it out.
And we're gonna pretend that these guys are still off of the map, and this guy's moving from the edge of the map. So we've got 5. So he basically catches up to you, and he says, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, no problems.
So
no worries.
Let's have him roll a grapple.
Can I hear any of this? Like, can I
Absolutely.
do a perception check to see if I can hear?
I would say, especially as they're coming close, no perception check needed. You do hear this.
Okay.
I'm just going to make a grapple here to get your arm. It's just.
Can I help John get away instead?
Let's just resolve this first. Okay, so he rolled a 10. Can I get an athletics check from you?
Yes. Athletics. Where's my athletics gone? There it is. Oh. Holy moly. The dice are killing me.
Ooh. Yeah, so against that 10, he grabs your arm and says, I would just like a word. And
yes, of course.
As we do that, I'm going to now check with the rest of the party. Galadremen, you are now in the closest building. You can hear this. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. And I'm way back in this back corner here.
JJ.
Okay, let me see. I want to move.
Is it not working?
Oh, it's because the tools are on top of it, so I need to move it a little bit.
I can pull it forward. That might. To front.
If anyone is out there, maybe don't show yourself yet, though. I think I have the situation under control, everybody. Please just remain doing what you're doing. I'll talk to this gentleman. No worries. Am I able to cast something really quick here?
I will come back to you after I've gotten sort of stuff from everybody else.
Sounds good.
We're not in initiative, but we're kind of moving in order right now. So there we go. Now I'm updating properly. You were able to move
so
your
now,
game piece?
Yeah, I was able to move. And
are you trying to stay hidden?
Stay hidden.
I guess I'll try to stay hidden. I kind of want to creep up behind the door and just lean my head out with my just lurking.
All right, and you are appraised of the situation. You see exactly what's going on.
Okay. Can I try to sense motive on this dude?
No roll necessary. It's pretty clear to you that he is going to try to extort a charter of exploration from John there, and if he doesn't produce one, then he is going to try to seek. He's going to cause trouble for John, but he only knows about John right now. So if he knows about all of you, then he's going to give all of you trouble.
Actually, can I just, while I'm in the doorway, I'm just going to very quietly turn into a bear and stick my nose out.
Okay.
So bear mode activated.
While inside the building or outside the building?
I'm in the doorway.
Sure, we'll say it's a large door that you can do this with. I'm like, okay. What do? Bear. Just bear with me.
Bear.
If we had 2 druids, then we could bear with. Is that a joke in the druid circles a lot? Like, hey, come on, bear with me. And everyone's just like, every druid circle have that one person.
I feel like the druids are usually like the cat at the table.
I feel like that would be something that Lila's dad would say. It would be one of his egregious dad jokes.
Just bear with me, then turns into a bear.
Well, yeah, yeah, and he's like, you turn into a bear, and that's how he asks me to turn into a bear. As he says, bear with me.
Yeah, that sounds like a dad joke for sure. So now you're a bear.
Now I am bear.
Would you like to reveal yourself as bear, or what is your bear self doing right now?
My bear self is observing, definitely smelling.
Like smelling them, or are you kind of making yourself known but pretending that you're a bear snooping? Like what are you doing? Are you trying to hide your motivations right now? Are you?
Well, I don't think I don't really want to be seen as bear. I'm waiting.
Oh, okay. So you're doing this in preparation for if shit hits the fan.
If shit hits the fan, but my little bear nose is sticking out of the doorway so that I can smell what this guy is. I don't know. Bears have a better sense of smell on people than people. So like if he smells like he's creepy or maybe nervous or maybe I don't know. She's observing.
Make a smell check.
What is the smell check? How do I smell
Perception.
check?
But you have keen senses as a bear, so I think you get it at advantage.
Okay.
But it's going to be a high DC because you're basically trying to do an insight check with smell.
Okay. Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Dice are not
with
being
the
nice
9,
today.
I don't think you get any more real. I don't think you really get more information from that. So now, Yenben and Mordai, what are you two doing?
Well, unfortunately, I was going to cast Fog Cloud before the guy got to John.
Okay.
That doesn't quite work out, does it?
Nope. You two were doing your whole thing with each other. It was
All right.
I'm going to
Go ahead, Mordai.
I was gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna whisper like, I think I have a plan. I'm gonna give Yenben my coin purse, but I'm gonna take 2 coppers out of it and put it into a rations pack real quick, just kind of like there, just so it's something to do. And then like, okay, hide, like go do Ranger sneaky stuff. I'm gonna
All right.
do something.
And Yenben will skitter off outside the back of the building and disappear into the whatever time it is outside.
Roll stealth, because it always makes me laugh.
So that was a nat 1.
Oh my goodness. How are we getting
Why-
such bad
so-
rolls?
I did say
I would
out
like
the back
you
of the
to
building?
I'd like you to describe to me why exactly that ends up being a nat 1. What happens that ruins your stealth? Is it your fault? Did you pick the wrong side?
Is it me? Is Mordai? Because Mordai's trying to knock down a corner of the building or something.
Let's say he moves at the wrong time and is exactly where the building comes down
Oh no!
as Mordai does it, and it's just full Yeti like
Yeah. So where are you trying to knock down a wall there, Mordai? And to what purpose? Is it just to draw attention as a distraction?
Yeah. I want to like collapse a part of the building, then run out and be like, whoa, that was close. This town is dangerous.
I really need to be better about being like, okay, but first I'm going to, because I had a different thing I was going to do, and I guess not.
So
Learning curve.
Go ahead and ping on the map where that wall you're going to destroy is. Which wall you want to do?
I
Okay.
assume that one.
So we will call this area here difficult terrain. And Yenben, you are right there. And I'll say, Jay, you're still hidden.
Well, give me a little bit of distance. Maybe I'm somewhat tucked away. I didn't get a chance to move away yet. I was still like holding the coin purse. Like, what the fuck is happening to me?
I will
And the
say
wall comes
that
down.
distraction does give John an extra athletics check, contested athletics check to break that grapple.
Sure. I don't need it, but sure.
You don't need it?
I don't need it. I won't try it. It's
Well,
a
what
10.
would you have done to break the grapple anyway?
So I think
Whatever
I'm
you were
going
gonna
to
do
turn
for
to
that.
him. I'm going to say, sorry, I'm being impolite. I'm just getting ahead of myself. And I'm going to reach out to shake my hand, but it's the hand that's kind of half on and half off the wrist. What does he say to that?
Does he say anything, or is he distracted by the
Does he,
building
does he
collapsing
say
behind him?
anything?
Can both
There's
happen
so many
together,
things
and he's so
happening at the
distracted?
same time, and
Yeah.
I
And then
don't know how much they're really helping each other.
Roll for confusion.
Yeah, so I think he kind of looks. I'm going to save you here for a second because
oh no, I'm good.
these-
I don't need saving. I'm good. I'm good.
no, because these Flaming Fist, part of their objective is to destroy as many undead as possible.
Oh,
That's fine. That's still fine.
Your hand is undead.
Yeah. So I just
So
want to know his
I'm-
reaction. What's his reaction to the
So
hand?
he goes to look at your hand, and then he hears something falling down behind him, and he looks at it.
And then I'm gonna cast Misty Step with my hand.
gone.
And I like to envision it as I disappear first, and the hand is just left in thin air, and then as it drops, it disappears and comes with me.
Like it disappears before it hits the ground, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love it. Amazing. So go ahead and move your token wherever you're gonna end up
Is
being.
there a door? Because I have to go to somewhere where I can see. So I'm
Plenty of holes in
either-
the buildings.
You could go over here, and he's distracted right now. So if you just go 30 feet,
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
30
okay,
feet
yeah.
away, that'll give you. Yeah. So go ahead and roll another stealth check to see
Okay.
how quickly you can kind of just. And I'm going to say add advantage as well.
Okay.
Because that
Okay.
was really clever with the distraction at the same time. It's. However, you've kind of like just swapped places.
Well, yeah, it's 12.
Well, no,
Okay,
that's with advantage. You rolled
You got to do
2d20.
advantage. So roll again.
That is with advantage.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
boy.
it's just
From D&D Beyond.
Is it?
doesn't.
It says
yeah.
it's added
Yeah,
2d20 together.
2d20 KH1 is keep highest one.
Yeah. The other one was a 2.
That's what that
So
means.
I'm gonna do
Right.
a perception check for the knight. He does not have proficiency.
Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, okay.
You are confident that he does not know where you went. He kind of goes. He has you in his hand, and then he goes. You go to show him the hand, and he goes. What? Huh? Where? Hey! And now he's looking at Yenben.
I'm gonna say, does Yenben have a chance to sneak away because he turned his back again because he lost his grapple? Which is like,
I'm
what?
gonna say not right now.
Fair enough. Fair
That's
enough.
okay.
So now
I
we're
can
kind
make
of
this
at
work.
the top of that order again. It's gonna be his turn now,
Okay.
and so we're gonna go. I'm gonna actually say Galadremen, since you have gone the longest without acting and you have the least attention on you right now. Is there anything that you want to do or be ready with or anything like that before this guy starts walking up to Yenben?
I think from kind of in the doorway, it's going to be bonus action roar.
Roar.
Yeah, like a bear roar, like a. Ah, ah.
Oh, you're going to draw attention away from Yenben.
Yeah.
Okay.
This town is chaos.
I love it.
And then actually, she's going to rear up and like slam her paws on the door while she's at it, so it pushes it open and slams it to one side.
Okay. So, what kind of check do you want to do with this? Do you want to try to make a performance check to sort of distract him? Do you want to intimidate him? Do you want, like, what's your goal here?
Roll for
Or is
bear.
this just you helping Yenben with his next action?
I think I would say, I guess intimidation might be a good.
I believe
way to go
bears have
about it.
advantage on intimidate
Let me just check my bear note.
because it's a brown bear, right?
Yes.
They do not have advantage on intimidation as a brown bear. That might be a bigger bear later.
But I get my charisma anyway, so
Yeah, you get your.
I get my
charisma.
charismas. So
Unless the DM would like the bear's strength to factor in.
There's-
yeah.
It's very confusing right now. So what do I-
How big a boom do you make?
Oh, here's intimidation charisma.
Oh, dang. Oh, you're very charismatic.
All
Holy shit.
right, there you go. So, yeah, I would say with that, you kind of come out into the space, and more or less, this knight just kind of assumes that there is there was some sort of food left over or something, and the bear's just been kind of scavenging, somewhat, and he looks at Yenben. He looks at the bear, and he's kind of just like trying to go through. Okay, what's the survival training for a bear?
Smoke bomb. I'm out.
What do we like? Wolves, you make contact. Bears, you don't. Am I supposed to play dead? Has it seen me yet? Right, and so he's kind of frozen. Go
Perfect.
ahead and make a stealth check with advantage there,
Oh, I get
Yenben.
advantage. Fantastic.
And
11
I'm going to say
advantage.
the knight is going to slowly just take.
All right. That's a dirty 20 on stealth.
Excellent. the knight's just kind of taking half of his movement, slowly moving away, trying not to draw attention from the bear. So far, the ones that have been seen are John, Yenben, and Galadremen.
Well, sort of Galadremen.
Sort of Galadremen? Yeah.
Can I
Well,
make
maybe he
a?
doesn't know it's me.
Yeah.
Can I also use a thunderclap just to make the bear more intimidating? It's just a cantrip. I have to envision this guy walking up, grabbing this guy, and suddenly it's like he turns around. There's a missing hand. There's a
Undead
house
elf,
falling
Yeti,
down.
bear. What the fuck?
Someone
This is just like-
disappears.
He's going all over the place.
What is he gonna tell his crew when he gets back? He's gonna have all kinds of stories.
Well, I think that at least some of them can just see this happening. They're only like 60, 70 feet away, right?
Right.
This
Yeah.
is all
So they
happening
might be
in
able
the
to see
time
me.
that they're just like there's a lot of stuff happening right now, and it's starting to draw attention. A wall has fallen over. There's a bear. The person that he was talking to disappeared.
I'm piecing
how
out, by the
much
way.
activity can happen before it just draws the rest of the group and they say, to hell with it, we're just gonna fan out
Well,
and find them.
yeah, I think
Right?
after that I'm gonna run. I'm just gonna
So
dip.
what does the description of thunderclap say? How
It loud.
how large is the range? Is it a 300-foot
It is
sound
loud.
wave?
It is 100 foot.
Oh.
So it's
Okay.
not as loud. Oh, actually, let me measure this out here from where I'm standing. 30 foot.
Oh yeah,
so
no, easily all the way
they
back
would
to
still
them.
be able to hear it. Yep.
Yeah. So everybody hears it, including the bear. How does the bear react?
Bear roars again. Bear
Okay.
expresses general disapproval of. I mean, she's not mad at John or anything like that, but she's pretending to be her beariest self. So expressing yeah. Anyway.
One thing I'm confused about the spell here is that it says range area of 5 foot, and then it says you create a burst that can be heard 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage.
So
That's only for the 5 foot, right?
Yeah, the 5 foot
Yeah.
range is the damage. The 100 feet is just how audible
Just
it is.
the loud. Yeah.
JJ, what is your question?
I was just gonna say, while all that noise is happening, I'm going to just follow Yenben out of the building.
Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage because there's so much going on.
I got a 12 and a 12.
Okay.
12 it is.
It beats their passive perception, so I'm sure it's fine. Cool. So now this is a very intimidating bear. He's backed away. I think he's kind of telling his group to give the bear a wide berth. What's everybody else doing? Or how are Bear and John rendezvousing with the rest of the group? What do you do?
John's gonna try and make his way around to the back of the building and try to leave, basically.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check with. You gave away your position with a thunderclap, though. Maybe. I'll just say just a straight roll instead of advantage or disadvantage, because it was like if you had just snuck away with Galadremen's help, you probably would have had advantage.
Well, that's
Another
12.
12. Let's go.
Okay, so you beat his passive perception. That's good. And Galadremen, you feel like you're pretty safe. They're probably going to try to give you a wide berth so long as you're a bear.
Yeah, so I'm going to be a bear. I don't want to turn my back to them, though. That seems like a bad idea. So I am going to... Is there just one door in that building?
We can say there's two. Or if not, there's a hole in the wall on the other side that you can crawl through, right? Like it's not.
So she's just going to go back through the... Okay, cool. Thank you. So she's going to bundle back into the building, and then that's like 15 feet, and then let's say it's over here, conveniently, another 15 feet-ish.
Yeah. And then just kind of, so you're just going to walk back and kind of meander wide to get back to the group. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want, if they decide they want to follow me, I don't want them to get the idea of what the group is.
With those intimidation checks, I'm pretty confident that they are not going to try to follow the bear. They want to get those exploration charters or, extortion or whatever.
There's no
But
money.
you get the feeling that they're not going to, go out of their way and endanger themselves in order for just one guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So, congratulations. Your first encounter with the Flaming Fist is now over, and you have all succeeded.
That wasn't too bad.
Unscathed.
Hey, the plan worked.
Could have been better. Could have been worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Nothing ever goes according to plan. We know this.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So now you guys are lost. But you know exactly where you are because you ended up exactly where you were going.
Right.
But it is about time to make camp. So the question becomes, do you want to make camp here? Or do you want to try to move into another hex and then make camp?
How big is a hex? Like if we went to the edge of a hex?
10 miles.
I think we might want to leave, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would agree with
probably.
leaving.
So if you do, then you would be going to bed with a point of exhaustion.
What does that mean mechanically?
It gives you disadvantage on stuff.
Some stuff, nothing
wouldn't-
major, but
Wouldn't we be able to recover some of that exhaustion during our rest?
Exactly. But if you have an encounter during the night, then that encounter would happen with exhaustion.
and one of our players doesn't seem to be getting the benefits of a long rest.
that.
Are you going to be sleeping well tonight, or was that a one night thing, or are you not going to be sleeping well tonight?
I mean, I hope it's a one night thing. I'm normally a pretty chill sleeper.
Okay, so
know.
we should be good.
I'm going to say we get as far out of Port Castigliar as we can without traveling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well
Happy
hidden,
middle
find an
ground.
indent.
I mean,
I can just dig us a hole.
I'm going to have just everybody roll one collective stealth check.
Right?
Okay, yeah, Ben.
Yeah, I do.
Right, 2 16s. Doubles.
Not bad.
Oh, are we each rolling one, or is
Yes.
it just one?
Everybody roll.
Oh, my bad. Thought we were all.
Sorry, I thought you said one.
Yeah, I thought it was one.
Collect. He said
Yeah.
one collective.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, I guess
Heather,
that
come on.
was.
4 16s. Let's go. 4 16s.
Oh, this is a lot of pressure.
Yahtzee.
Oh.
Oh,
and
actually, you know
here-
what I could do is
There.
let's use my inspiration there, and can I reroll that with inspiration?
Inspiration? Go ahead, yeah.
Sweet, perfect. We'll try again.
Oh, I forgot about inspiration.
The dice are against you right now, it feels like.
Yeah, apparently.
Uh,
The dice are against Bob rolling anything for.
Or do you mean inspiration or do you mean a portent roll?
I was just gonna use inspiration. I have one inspiration.
Just
Yeah.
checking because you do have portents as well.
I know.
Okay.
I know. They're not very.
So,
they're
I'm
very
going.
bland.
Okay.
Ah,
I'm going to roll a survival check for them to try to track you. For them, in particular, to track John down.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll use a portent roll now.
Are they rich?
Yes, do that.
There you go.
That's what
That
they're
would be
for.
a good time
Yeah,
to use a portent roll. Yeah.
So they got a well. The trouble is, so they got an 8. Then it would be a portent roll.
They have a +5.
Shit.
A question: would they risk going into the jungle at night to hunt one person down?
Which group stealth check rules usually that would mean we'd pass, wouldn't it?
So that 8 plus 5 is a 13. Right?
I wish I had a lower
So
one.
we have 3 out of 4 stealth checks beat that. So I'm going to say Yenben, since you're usually the one who rolls highest on these checks. What do you do to make up for John's lackluster?
I am at the back covering everyone's tracks. I am unbending sticks that John has snapped as he walks away. I am making the grass go the other direction and like
Yeah.
I'm just like frolicking along. Ha ha! We did it! We totally fooled them! Ha ha!
Premature celebration.
Yeah, just like
And you just feel like
stabbing
an
through.
arrowhead at the base of your skull.
yeah, I take my bow staff and whack him on the top of the head anytime he starts going, whoa!
Oh.
He goes, whoa!
I do want to mention one thing.
Sure, what's up?
So I'm still in bear mode, Yenben. I haven't debared yet.
Amazing.
So what's
So
the
do you want to leave those? Do I want to be extra berry, make some extra bear tracks so
Yes,
that it
please.
looks like they don't want to come this way?
Yes, please.
Okay. So yeah, because they're avoiding the bear. So you clear the tracks, and then Lila takes up the rear behind your rear, and
Mhm.
like
Perfect.
places
Love it.
new tracks behind. That's great.
Deeper, more intimidating her tracks.
Yeah,
The
Very
dreaded
that's an
Very
jungle
amazing
fair.
way
bear.
to do it. Honestly, that's better than covering tracks.
Uh-huh.
It's just replacing them with more dangerous tracks.
Yeah. All
I
right,
love
you know
it.
what? Make it look
Fair.
like we're running. Just go, go, go. Make it look like the bear's chasing us. We'll leave some blood later. It's fine.
There we go. Excellent. All right, so you guys managed to get to a good spot where you can make camp without having to worry about the point of exhaustion. I'm also, the wording for the Night Hag's ability is really weird about you do not get the benefits of a long rest. I'm choosing to say that you still avoid adding points of exhaustion because of that
Okay.
ability, because the way it's worded, I feel like that's not an advantage of a long rest, that's a disadvantage of not taking a long rest.
Okay.
So it gets weird and confusing and complicated. So you only have to worry about those maximum hit points that you can't regain hit points from a long rest or regain your spell slots.
Yeah, that's also a little bit like majorly concerning.
Are short rests? Can you use hit dice for short rests with night hags?
You
Just
can
long
use
rest.
short rest for you can use
dice
short
on it.
rest to recover hit points and use normal magical healing, but that 5 damage that she rolled before is irrecoverable until the effects are and subside.
Okay.
Okay, just as a like an in character Lila question, how aware, like, is she? I mean, obviously she's tired from the night before, but does she realize that spell slots didn't? I mean, I guess she would.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
You would absolutely be aware. Your magical reservoir just feels like it's not replenishing. Your connection to whatever primal source you use to restore your magics are just not happening. And with the lack of sleep, the focus that you need to prepare your spells is absent. But you're not sure if it's going to happen again tonight, or if it was a one-time thing, or what.
Okay.
So for tonight's rest, maybe it would be a better idea if I am with Mordai tonight. Because if Yenben notices anything with the hag, he can maybe track her again.
I'll take it.
Dream Guard.
Okay.
Dream Guard.
Guard.
So,
Also, a really good name for that Rangers are fast.
A dream guard? Like a dream warden.
Okay, so now we have to homebrew some shit, I guess.
Yen Ben, can I have my coin purse back? Thanks.
Oh,
It didn't go exactly as my plan, but it worked, sort of.
yeah, take your coin purse back. And
Thank you very much.
next time you're taking down a wall, try to let me know which one. Well, I'm
We were
not.
short for time. It worked out in the end.
Okay.
Find the coppers in my ration dinner so I don't eat them.
Yeah, I guess Yen will take first watch.
All right.
We would also have picked up Frul and Gondolo and all the dinosaurs and put out the water and everything.
Okay. So, you said that you wanted to switch up the watches, so that means Lila and Mordai are on the same watch. Is that
I think Lila gets to sleep.
okay?
Yeah.
So Lila's not on
Okay, yeah.
watch. Is Yenben on watch, or is Yenben just all night Lila duty?
I think Yenben's on watch / Lila duty.
Because you do have to sleep at some point.
Yeah, exactly. He'll take one shift, and then if he needs to get woken up, well, he needs to get woken up.
It'll be fine. Yen Ben, you take a sleep. You do your dream warden, and because Jean, he can just do the trance thing. So he's almost like he's a full watch anyway, and then I'll take Mordai will be fine, taking first watch. I know how to scream really loud. It'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're so certain. All right. I guess Mordai or Yenben will take a nap.
All right.
We could make our lazy guides do something too.
What do you want the lazy guides to do?
One of them could take a watch.
Or both. We could have one on each watch. Though
Mhm.
they would probably prefer to be together.
Yeah, that's nice. They can figure it out.
Whatever you guys want, they're your hirelings.
Mordai, you're the one on watch. Go for it. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, we could do. It's you may prefer, but it's nice to get some space. Even though they might be good friends, but it's nice to get some space.
All right.
Every once in a while.
I'll take the watch with you then, Mordai. No problem. I see what you're getting at here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just go and
Come
sit
on.
on the stomach.
Take a seat. By
Okay, so we can have
This is the sheer
you
amount of
take one
awkwardness I needed.
watch and the Farul and Gondolo take the other watch. How's that?
Perfect.
Great.
Excellent.
Let's do that. Cool. So
God, if we end up trust up and attacked, I'm gonna be so mad.
let me just find my dice.
Mordai, I do have a question for you that I've been wondering, and that is just why cooking?
It was a expression that I couldn't really talk a whole lot growing up, and it was just something to express. And I found a fellow foodie aficionado to help me out. with that. And
Wait, who's the fellow aficionado?
The chef. They helped me get me out of a bad situation and help me with some of my magic. LGG magic flair. Like, that's how I got my magic.
So wait, what is your chef? Where did he come from? How did you get the chef? Did you work in a kitchen? Are you classically trained? Do you work for
no.
someone rich like me?
No. It's all figured out, trial and error. I didn't find chef. My parents did this whole thing. They didn't like the current gods and wanted to, get some overthrow something or other. I wasn't paying attention. You know how older people are.
I do understand that.
He says to the elf that's probably like 100 years older than him, but still acts like a teenager.
I do understand the older people.
Right, Sonny.
Mind you, the older people you're talking about are probably 800 years old. So,
yeah, quite a bit older.
Exactly. So we helped each other out to get out of the situation. I get some magic. They get to, get out of that situation. And but apparently, they're trapped somewhere here on Chult. So if you see anything weird, magic, let me know. 'Cause you're a bookie fellow.
Yes. Okay. Wait, so they're trapped here on Chult. Do you know what they look like? It's the god that's trapped here on Chult?
It's kind of hard to put things that are above our comprehension into lower levels to our comprehension. If you see anything that doesn't make sense, just wave me down, and I'm sure I'll recognize it.
Sounds
Maybe.
like a plan. I'll keep my eye out.
I'm just winging it, to be honest.
Well, aren't we all in our own ways?
These last 2 weeks for me have been nuts.
Oh, trust me. I feel the same way. I've seen too many things that I did not want to see in my whole life. And
Look down at your stump hand. Yep.
Also, funny story. Faerun, a week is a 10-day. So it's been exactly 1 week. We're at 1 week of adventuring.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Good job, team.
Good to know.
Pretty sure it's Faerun that's a 10-day. Maybe I'm crazy.
You can't just say those things without fact checking.
Fine, I'll go check. Yes.
Everyone roll history for fact checks.
Yeah, right.
Well, a 10-day is a unit of time.
Check with the Technomancer.
Calendar of
Anyway.
Harptos divided by 30-day months into 3 blocks of 10 days each.
Our Technomancer
I
in
was
the
right.
background is giving the all
So,
thumbs up there.
I see Brett rocking his head violently. Brett, so JJ, or rather Mordai, during your conversation with John, you do recall the very specific words that your patron told you that you're not totally sure that they're in Chult or not, because they said, I am in Chult and I am that which is not. But you also realize that you have not repeated these words to anyone else yet.
All right. I don't know if I'd maybe stare at the fire a bit, think about it. John, you're art fellow.
Yes.
So riddly puzzles.
Yes, I do know some riddles. My favorite is, what do I have in my pocket?
What is in your pocket?
Precious.
Oh wait, no, it's a riddle. It's not a joke. Hold on.
Yes, I don't have an answer for that riddle. I am still trying to figure out what the answer is. Anyways. What is the riddle that you're
Yeah.
you're trying to figure out?
I am in Chult. Alright. No, I have Mordai's wisdom. It's a -1.
I
Already
am in
forgot.
Chult,
Short-term memory.
And I am that which is not.
I am that which is not. I am in Chult, and I am that which is not.
I am in Chult, but I am that. What is? Sorry, one more time there.
I am in Chult. I am that which is not. Which is not. Is that a place? I could go to Yenbent about to yell, but he just snores, scratches himself. He's like, I'll ask him tomorrow.
You'll have to ask him if it's a place tomorrow, but I'm sure that it's not, meaning that it is somewhere to look, but I'm pretty sure you should be taking it in the way of.
Well, we have a card on the play.
You know what? Are we?
It was not an intentional card. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
Never mind.
It's a yellow
Carry
card.
on.
Carry on.
I'm sure that it's supposed to be taken in a way of a riddle, which maybe is meaning that
Sorry.
it is not a physical entity that you are looking for, but instead maybe one of spirit, magic, or maybe something inside of you, such as a personal journey that you may find along the way in Chult.
So, Morty,
Okay.
I'd like you to repeat your question to Yenben, exactly what you're talking about. What was this realization that you had?
Oh, is there a place on Chult called Witches Not?
As in the possessive of the word?
Like
Or what do you mean?
like a
place that is not?
like a cackling cauldron casting curses on people, which is not as an a tide thing.
I would like both of. So, John, you heard him ask this question. I would like both of you to make, instead of a DC 30 Arcana check, you're going to make a DC 25 Arcana check.
I can't make that.
Just the two that are awake right now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking Yenben. I'm like, no.
No. Yenben is not awake. So Mordai doesn't get it.
I got a natural 1 for a total of 2.
So the DC goes back up to 30. No, I'm kidding. But you made that realization, which is very interesting.
Well, what about our wizard?
Wizard. Arcana check.
Wizard!
Oh, not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. But you're not sure. So it could mean that which is not, or it could mean which is not. The way that they were saying it. It could be something mixed up.
Now that you have explained that to me, you should definitely ask Yenben in the morning, though. I definitely think so.
Okay, cool. That's really cool. I didn't think you would catch on to that so quickly. I'm glad you did.
It just happened because you kept repeating it over and over again, and I'm trying to remember it. It was like, wait, was it witches not or witches not? I was like, wait a minute, I couldn't even remember which one it was. So I was like, wait,
It could be both. It could be neither.
There's a very particular reason why I haven't been telling you what it is in text form.
Yes.
I've only said it to you verbally. So.
Shit.
But yeah, great role play. I think that brings a close to your watch, and you guys tag out Ferul and Gondolo. And Mordai, were you awake and watching Lila during this period, or were you sleeping first?
Mordai?
Sorry, Yenben.
Okay.
No, I was told to sleep, so I slept.
Okay. You
I
don't
am
actually
bugbear.
have any special bonuses or anything, so you can't just the only reason you were able to track in the dream was because you had that hunter's mark to anchor you.
Yeah.
And so you end up having a regular kind of dream. What does Yenben dream about?
Quiet. Like happy dreams?
What, just standard dreams? What do you dream about?
Standard dreams? What would the standard dreams of a bugbear that's grown up in the traumatic jungles of Chult been his entire life and is adherent to an ambushing god?
Cattle.
I don't know, unicorns and shit? Nah.
For tonight, you are a
Unicorns
unicorn
ambushing
rancher. You're on a unicorn ranch. That is your dream.
There you
Hank.
go. Yeah.
Great.
Just chilling on a unicorn ranch, chewing on a piece of wheat.
Lila.
Yes.
You put your head to rest. What are you thinking about? as you're preparing for sleep, you hear the chatter of Mordai and John as they're doing their watch. What's on your mind?
Oops, sorry. She is mostly pretty tired. She's a little worried about what happened last night, but she's also just trying to focus on practical things. So she is thinking about how many bug spray applications she has left, and whether she ought to, cast a spell to catch water. And also kind of like as she's falling asleep is having a little chuckle to herself about how freaked out that one night was by the bear roars. She kind of like as she's falling asleep.
Do you think that she would dream? So I would say that after you fall asleep, you begin to dream, and you dream of so here's a question that we talked about out of game, but I'm not sure if we actually landed on a conclusion. How much experience does Lila have with actually seeing bears? Because they are not common in Chult.
I think the most common experience she would have had is seeing her dad turn into a bear. And so that's kind of what she bases her impressions on a little bit. The other thing is he would tell her stories about trips that he had made, journeys that he had made before she was born or when she was really small, where he had seen bears or seen other wildlife. That was one of the things that those were some of her bedtime stories as a young druid.
I think that tonight you dream of the first time you saw your dad turn into a bear and what that was like, and him teaching you the steps to go through to do it. And you didn't catch on right away, but you saw how it was possible. And then just recently, you finally gained that ability to actually turn into a bear. And then over your shoulder, you hear an unfortunately familiar voice. Oh, how sweet. Our little bear cub.
Well, the bear cub is a full-grown bear now.
What's our bear cub doing in Chult?
Can she try to do a sense motive check or like an insight check on this
Yeah,
ag?
go for insight. Go for it.
Oh, oof.
You
Okay.
get no new information with this roll, but you do get I will say, with no roll needed, this person is mean.
Big ol'
This,
mean.
Sure.
this
Yeah.
is very clearly, you recognize her. The same purpley blue complexion, the same, no attempt to disguise themselves this time. This is not the one-legged woman that you saw at the bottom of the well. This is the hag that was sitting on you, pinning you down, and giving you nightmares. But you notice this doesn't feel like a nightmare, except for the fact that she's just here.
So I guess Lila's going to try and kind of act tough and sort of in the dream, stands up from whatever she's doing, faces the hag, kind of stomps one foot and asks, why are you here?
I'm here because I'm here to ask you a question. I asked you, why is our little bear cub here in Chult with all of her not bear friends? Why? What are you doing? What do you want?
Well, I was hunting undead until I found this group.
And now?
Now I'm still hunting undead.
Is that true? Or
I mean,
has
she's
your
always hunting undead.
objective changed?
I mean, she's on the. I would say she has two objectives. She always has part of her druid orientation is that she's always going to be hunting for undead no matter what she's doing.
Right.
So she's kind of using this to try to deflect the question, even though it is true.
All right, so I am going to ask you to roll a deception check.
Okay.
Because you're trying to hide information from her little interrogation. Kidding. I don't like being lied to, bear cub. This is your last warning. You can tell me the total truth, or I will keep giving you your nightmares. Why are you exploring these very dangerous jungles? I understand you always want to kill undead. What aren't you telling me?
I mean, that is true, right? I do always want to kill undead. That is just sort of my job. I met these people, and we have been journeying together, and I don't know, we have a couple of side quests. What makes you so interested in a couple of side quests?
You come into my territory, and now it is my turn to ask questions. You have no such right. So, what are these side quests? Tell me about your side quests. I like side quests. It's like a side hustle. And as she laughs, you
Wow.
see the yellow smoke billow forth from her eyes and her nose. And the smoke from her eyes seems to flow down, and from her mouth seems to flow up, as if it can't decide where it sits in the atmosphere.
Nope, don't like that.
That's Lila is clearly not thrilled by the whole situation, but she's
You have
doing her
one more
best.
chance. Tell me honestly, with no attempt at deception, or I will keep haunting your dreams. But if you cooperate, you will have the best sleep you've had in weeks. I promise. Pinky promise, if you want.
No touching.
The promise still stands. Be honest with me and tell me what your side quests are. All of your objectives.
Lila's really uncomfortable with this. She
Good.
doesn't. She
That
does
is the
not want.
correct response.
So she is going to say that we do have a map to find some treasure. That is one thing we are doing. We are probably going to be leaving your territory very soon, as we are looking for evidence on other matters affecting the residents of Chult. And nightmares or not,
Affecting what sort of thing affecting the other residents of Chult?
Layla just kind of looks at the hag.
Be specific,
Very-
please. You're still hiding things.
It's not only my business, hag.
Well, if you won't cooperate, then nightmares it is. And you basically hear that cackling for the rest of your night. And go ahead and roll yourself 1d10. You rolled a 5 before. Ooh.
Ouch.
So now we're up to a total of 11. So your maximum hit points are now currently whatever your regular maximum was minus 11. So
Well, that's takes some of the fun out of being level 3.
a little bit. Yeah. And you're probably getting pretty low at this point, I would think. How much damage have you taken from that?
I mean, she's taken 11, so I haven't taken any damage.
Sorry. How much HP do you have left?
16.
Okay. So you can confidently do one more. But after that, you might be... And that's... Yeah. Definitely take some of the fun out of being level 3. Anyway. So that's what's happening there. Yenben, when you are while you're awake, when you're watching Lila, you notice that she is starting to squirm and she's having nightmares of some kind.
Okay. There's really nothing that Yenben could do. Mr. Magical People. Looking at Mordai and John, like, she twitching. I don't know. I'm looking the wrong way on the street. Yep.
Farul, we'll say that Farul's up and he just kind of takes a shot in the dark and tries to shoot an arrow over Lila just to see if it hits anything, and it doesn't. I figured that's where the hag was when it was doing the thing before. I don't know.
Well, let's try and wake her up, I suppose. And Yenben will try to shake her awake.
You do. And now Lila is awake.
I guess bad shit happened again.
Yeah, she's interrogating me that she wants to know what we're doing in Chult. I told her as little as I possibly could that was the truth. She did not believe me.
Mm.
And I definitely feel worse. This is, listen, I know we have a crisis underway here, but I feel like we have to deal with this somehow.
My inner goblin side wants to ask her about the heart of Ooptao. I don't think that would go very well when she has a leg up on you, though. I think no matter what, we don't tell her. Right now, we are in Chult for looking for information why people ain't dying right. That's all we got.
And why people that have died are becoming re-dead.
Pretty much.
But given the amount of mischief that hags get up to, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if she was involved in some way.
She might well be. But you ain't gonna do no good if she kills you in your dreams.
What's she gonna do if we tell her anything?
Burn that bridge when we come to it, I suppose.
Are we expecting a message from Syndra sometime tomorrow? Today?
Probably around,
a couple hours?
I'm guessing around dawn. We may want to let Syndra know the fuller details of what's going on here.
Sure, let me just get the... Oh, right, I don't have it anymore.
I think you gave it to Lila.
Yes.
Yeah. So Lila can check this down, see if there's a message.
There is no call waiting. It's either you're awake when you receive the message or you miss it. So you will know when you get a message from her.
Now, I do have... Oh, I guess we're still in the middle of the night. Yeah, then I'll wait till tomorrow for that one.
We want to just finish our rest.
I see no
Sure.
problem with that. Sure.
And I don't... It wasn't explicitly said, but I just wanted to say that during when I was in the first shift, I did set up the alarm perimeter, including inside the camp.
But it does not affect other planes of existence.
It doesn't, but I don't know if Mordai knows that.
Okay.
But it's a peace of mind thing.
Fair enough. All right. Anything else we want to do before this long rest comes to conclusion?
Nope.
I think that's good for me.
All right.
Okay.
And so morning comes, and about as early as you can see the sun, then you get a message from Cinder Sylvain saying, all right, so Night Hag has okay, so Night Hag has an ability called Nightmare Haunting. This can kill you. Protection from evil and good. Or a magic circle can save you. I think that means that we're at 14 words right now. Once you get a good night's sleep, you will be cured. And I think that's it. So she says, protection from evil and good, or a magic circle can protect you. And one night, you get the gist that one night, one good long night, long rest will recover all of those missing hit points.
Okay.
So let's make a magic circle.
Does anybody have that spell?
I'm thinking magic circle's a bit beyond us right now.
I look at the wizard and the warlock.
I got nothing in my book.
I got nothing in my book.
Okay.
It's a fifth level spell, guys. Sorry, third level spell. 5th level character, 3rd level spell.
Protection, I think protection
Oh
from
wait,
evil
did
is
I
first
misread
level.
that? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm getting fact checked. Hold on. I'm getting out fact checked here, and I wasn't reading things correctly. Oh, sorry. No. A good night's rest does not recover the hit points. The maximum hit points are drained until greater restoration is applied.
Dang.
Protection from evil and good is a first level spell, but
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Okay, is that a thing that you could prepare, or is that a thing that you just don't know?
It's something I've
Declared.
heard of, but I have never learned through school or never seen a scroll, so I unfortunately don't have it in my book.
Ooh.
Okay.
Make. Actually, yeah. Sorry, please continue.
I will check Night Brain College.
Okay, so you speak to your patron. What would you like to ask your patron?
Well, it's a way for in reason game for me to take out the player's handbook and go through the spells and be like, can I learn this? it's a in-game reason of that, pretty much.
So it is available to Cleric, Druid, Paladin, Warlock, and Wizard.
Okay.
Protection from evil and good is a first level spell that is available to those.
Is
It
available to
lasts-
who? Sorry?
That is available to Cleric, Druid, Paladin, Warlock, and Wizard.
So as
So 3 of our spellcasters.
as Lila is picking her spells this morning, she can take that one.
Okay. It's not in the druid deck. That's why I'm surprised. It's because
Oh,
I have my
strange.
druid cards. It's not in the deck.
It's a Tasha's
Here's-
additional spell.
Here's the catch, though.
Okay.
It only lasts 10 minutes.
So I will prepare to cast it.
So
Can
you
I prepare to
So
cast
we
it like
can-
right before bed?
Yep. We
But it
can talk
only-
about the rules a little bit more out of session, but you guys now have a fundamental understanding of how this is going to work. And what you've basically gotten the entire rundown of the Night Hag's Nightmare Haunting feature.
yeah. Cool.
Also, Lila, you can reply to the message that Cinder
Yes.
Sylvain sent you if you'd like. Otherwise, she won't really know that you received it.
You may want to tell her Port Castigliar's a ruin and crawling with Flame Fist.
Oh, and ask if there's actually any nearby places that actually have people living in it,
Okay.
if you can.
So I'll just
25
say
words.
we'll try protection from evil and good tonight. Fort Castigliar is in ruins. Any places nearby with people? Question mark.
You don't have to say question mark.
It's like
I
Morse
imagine her
code.
like
Send more medicine.
inputting it.
Stop. We have run into an influenza epidemic. Stop.
Clary. Anyway,
Response.
okay. So that's the message she sent. Sounds like we're in the word count.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds good. So, message received. What she can't send another message, but she can reply to another message.
Okay. So I can send her another message.
That's confusing.
that-
I think I'm gonna go back on that. Honestly, it's redundant. I think it's just like each earring can send one message per day.
Okay.
In either direction. Because yeah, it's just weird and confusing to have those 4-part conversations. With the protection from evil and good spell in mind, let me just double check one thing here. One thing that you noticed.
Can it be ritual casted?
It doesn't appear to. It's concentration.
Yeah, it's a concentration spell. It's not a ritual cast.
Right.
But I would say, John, you would definitely recall, and whether you think this is a good idea or not is entirely up to you guys. You recall that one of those one of those flaming fist individuals looked like they may or may not have had some kind of religious paraphernalia on their person, indicating that they might know the protection from good or evil spell, or they might even be a higher level cleric.
Okay, but we ran away from them.
But
So-
you didn't, and you, if I recall correctly, Lila, I don't know how your circle has dealt with them before, or if you have any knowledge of that. But if you're just a druid being a druid, I don't think you would need a bill or anything if you're just a druid in the woods. So I don't know how that could work in your favor or not. I'm just spitballing ideas.
Just as a reminder, Lila, your main contact with the Emerald Enclave is a druid that's based out of Fort Bellerillion, which is where the Flaming Fist hang out.
Okay, so then can I do either a history or an insight to see what I know about this?
Sorry. JJ, can you repeat the question?
That's a good question. I kind of just was rambling for a bit. So
Fair.
I think, Jay, I think you were asking whether or not I understand the relationship between my druid circle and these flaming fist guys that we saw.
yeah, just
So my follow-up question is history or insight. Should I roll either of those to see what I know?
Go ahead and roll history.
see if you can get like a deal on a heal or something like that.
So, the Emerald Enclave is in this place to very altruistically to destroy undead. The Flaming Fist are being paid to destroy undead by the Lord's
Lord's Alliance.
The Lord's Alliance, yes, thank you. Out in Baldur's Gate and the Sword Coast. But they were not hired by the Emerald Enclave. They just happened to have those aligned objectives. This Charter of Exploration is just they have the military might to enforce it, so they're making more money off of this because they can. And really, these aren't what you would necessarily... The mercenaries are not good people, but they're not interested in getting themselves into any kind of extra trouble that they can avoid. Right? They're already pushing about as many... They're pushing the envelope about as much as they can, but they're very, very diligent of exactly how much they can push that envelope. Does that make sense?
So they're somewhat disciplined. They're not great, but they're somewhat disciplined.
Yeah.
Okay.
and highly
Um,
money motivated.
I don't know. I don't know what would motivate them to help Lila.
No, you do.
If well, money. Yeah, but then that's okay. I'm going to say this to the group. Then that takes us out of the. It takes us out of the path. We have to go back. We have to find these guys. You guys would have to hide. I would have to talk to them. Probably sleep in their camp for the night. I mean,
We
what?
weren't that far because we still was able to walk far enough away to get a night's rest. So it wouldn't be able to move fast. It's up to GM's discretion, of course.
I mean, they would have been under as much pressure to find a place to make camp as you guys, right?
They wouldn't go stay on the boat.
Or like the
No,
town.
they were just coming ashore. The boat was already kind of on its way onward.
Oh yeah.
They were just getting dropped off. They just happened to arrive at night, which sucked.
Well,
Okay, well,
could we just determine that this entire thing was a misunderstanding? If they are reasonable people, who's to say, yeah, I ran away as soon as the building came down beside me. I thought they were tearing the fucking place down.
I think the main person that wouldn't want to show his face is John.
Yeah,
They think that you need to buy a charter from them.
and I'm undead.
Also that.
You
Oh,
are not
I mean, not
undead.
all of you.
I
Just
will
your
say
hand.
that right now. You are not.
Just
Your
my
familiar is undead.
hand. Yes.
Yeah, but do they know that?
I think he got a good look at my hand, and my hand does look a little.
I mean, worst case, he can smite the hand, and we'll just bring it back later.
I don't know if that's how that works. I've never lost my hand a second time.
Fair. I don't know. I'm going to leave this one up to Lila, and Yenben will follow suit because this is really you.
Yeah, it's just. I guess I'm just going to say Lila doesn't see another option at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's just out of character for a second. I feel like it's a little like she's suspicious to go back to these people, and it feels like she's like the suggestion or the idea kind of came out of like almost thin air. So
I mean, the suggestion came out of they're there. They are
so
present.
maybe they have
It's
a
another
cleric,
person.
maybe they don't. I
No,
don't
they
really
do.
know.
You
though.
did see that they have a cleric, and that person is there. So
Now the other question is,
How much is it going to cost?
well, Barul and Gondolo, how much is this going to cost?
well,
And why did we skip another fucking corner?
okay. Well, as I said before, our loot is not under their jurisdiction. It is south of where their jurisdiction ends. We just happen to run into them right at Port Castigliar, which is about as far south as their jurisdiction goes. Literally 2 more days, and we would have had no worries about them.
Right. But now,
Second, they would have taken half of our loot, and if they don't know we have the loot, then they can't do that.
right.
Also, it would have taken us about half a week just to get up to Fort Berulian to get the Charter of Exploration, before we could start our adventures. We've only been out in the jungle for a week. I didn't really feel like we needed to spend another week just to spend 50 gold and half of our stuff before we got to go and earn our keep.
Yeah, that seems bad planning on their
Do we
part.
even have 50 gold between? You couldn't afford our services, so we also figured that you wouldn't be able to afford the charter at 50 gold. You couldn't afford our 30 gold up front.
I mean, actually, I don't even know if we have that much. I don't know if we have 50 gold, but I think we do have 30. I have 14.
Like you've asked us to waive our fee in exchange for half of the loot.
Now,
But then that would mean that the other half would have to go to
now.
Pilarulian.
Let's phrase this properly. You offered to waive your fee.
We
did not.
But we assumed you took that because it would be cheaper. Anybody who has the money, it would probably be cheaper to just pay the guide fee.
I'm just
rather
saying.
than sharing the loot.
Let's get the wording straight.
I have some
We
money.
did not ask. You offered.
I have a lot of money.
With you right now?
Oh,
I think the
Currently
Nameplate
on your
starts
person?
with 25 gold.
I have a little bit of money.
Okay, well,
Carries around their whole fortune with them. Am I right? You guys must understand that.
I do.
See, a man of class.
No, I carry around my whole fucking fortune. It ain't
Oh.
much.
I thought you meant you understood not carrying around your fortune.
No, it's right here. I'm wearing it. Half of it's on my hips right now. And he'll just pat the swords on his hips. Like
Oh, so Lila, there's a lot of going back and forth. What are your thoughts? If you go in solo,
Well-
you might be able to sneak by with just paying a cleric fee.
well, I've never paid a cleric fee before. Do y'all know how much this generally costs?
can't say as I do.
John, read any books about clerical fees?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Probably around 1 gold piece. That's right, yeah.
well, that I can manage. That I can manage. How about this? I go see if I can see if I can talk to that cleric on my own. And if you don't mind hanging back in the trees nearby, then maybe I'll send you a messenger if I get in any sticky situations.
Send my hand with you, and if you get into a really sticky situation, my hand can run back to us and report that you're in danger.
All right.
Stay as close to the tree line as you can. We'll keep an eye out for you.
And Lila just like she takes John's hand, and she puts it in her bag.
Just everything you
Clearly-
hate in this world
It's just
is
like
in your pocket.
a couple of
The-
fingers poking out of the bag.
The hand is trying to climb out of the bag, like very politely, like please, can I?
Yeah, stay in there, hand. You come back to me when you are in trouble, or when you are done with your side quest here.
Lila, before you go,
Okay.
just in case, I'm going to hand Lila 11 gold pieces. Just in case.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you, Mort. I also have 10. So
I will hand her 14.
Guys, I think there's danger in handing off all our gold to the person who is going in by herself to go and talk to the
maybe.
mercenaries.
Farul chimes in and says, "Well, I don't think they'll have a charter of exploration that you can buy from them here."
That's not why I'm giving her the gold.
Yanban, why
for
don't
the spell? Yes.
Yanban, why don't you hang on to your gold? Mordai, if I'll try not to spend yours, but if I have to, I'll pay you back. How does that sound? That way
Fantastic.
we still have some if something goes down.
Yes. Take care of yourself.
And if need be, and we got to barter favors or something, well, I'm sure we can manage something.
So it sounds like we have some goals for next session.
I think so.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, I think this was an interesting experience. You survived your first encounter with the Flaming Fist and
And
another encounter with that Night Hag. And we're gonna see what happens
Next.
today.
Yeah.
Yay.
Morning, day 11.
Because it's like you guys just finished a long rest, but next week when we have our next episode.
Next week today, we shall see what happens.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly.
And it's been a long day's night.
It has been a very long day's night. So we'll see thank you all for joining us. We'll see you all next time. In the meantime, sleep tight. Sleep well.
Oh, that's the creepiest way you could end that. Oh my God. Ah!